everybody. It is 9 o'clock, so that means it's time for a kettlebell session today. It is Thursday, and I am wishing that last week's sun was back. But let's get started right away. Today's question of the day is, what is your cure for the hiccups? I have personally tried them all. Standing on your head, holding your breath, drinking water, all of that jazz. But let's grab your kettlebell or dumbbell out right away. There are some pieces if you have some options. Maybe one you want to go a little heavier. There's one that I might go lighter. So if you've got some options, grab out a couple and we'll get rocking. So let's start the warm up and let's get jogging in place here for a little bit. Awesome. Keep it rocking for just a couple more seconds. And we're going to spend a lot of time on our lower body in this warm up, just because that's what today's workout is focused on. Perfect. Let's do some world's greatest. So grab a knee, lunge it out. Try to get the forearm to the floor if possible, and then reach up to the sky. Let's go 5 on each side. So if you are a member and are looking and wantify and wondering why just the one is on the board, we did have a little mishap on switching of days, so I did part 2 from today yesterday. So today we're just going to focus on these good quality 4 rounds with me today. These aren't going to be for time. Awesome. If you're just catching up and checking in, good morning. And again, the question of the day is, what is your cure for hiccups? I hate getting hiccups. They're super annoying. Let's go one more on each side here. So we want to make sure that lower body is nice and primed up. That is our main focus today. We have had some tough workouts. Awesome. Let's take it out. Nice wide stance for some Cossack squats. Sit that butt down to the heel. And again, you can kind of change up the stimulus here. So right now I'm getting a little more groin. If you can turn that foot up, might get a little bit more into that hamstring for you. Awesome, and then we've got some plank today, so we're going to go into a side plank with rotation. So you're going to come here, and we're going to go 10 on each side. So give yourself a big hug, and then reach up. I'm sliding. You can take a knee like I have. If you are sliding, that's okay. Switch sides. Perfect. Okay, our next one is going to be some corkscrews. We can just stay down on the floor here, that's fine. So we're just giving a little twist. Take your time on these, don't rush. Reach. Perfect. Let's get back up to our feet for this next one. You're just going to come down into an air squat at the bottom. You can use those elbows to drive out those those knees. Hands are going to be placed on the floor, and then you're just going to slowly rise up into those hamstrings to get a good stretch. So squat, drive out those knees at the bottom, and stand up into those hamstrings. go 10 here. All right, couple more. You can sit at the bottom a little bit, shimmy from side to side, open up those hips. All right, back down to the floor. We've got our glute bridges, and we have a variation of this in today's workout. So let's make sure those glutes are firing. Squeeze up at the top, drive those heels on the floor. Let's go 10. All right, one last warm-up movement, and we also have kind of a little bit of a variation of this today as well, but we're going to go toy soldier and RDO. Wanting to make sure on the way down you keep those hips square. So that doesn't mean that you have to touch the floor. You just want to go where you feel tension in that hamstring, and you can keep that nice flat back. Okay? So if I go all the way down to the floor, I start to round a little bit. I got some nice tight hamstrings. Let's go one more on each side. All right, perfect. I have to move these guys out of the way. Okay, so for today's workout, we have 4 rounds, and like I said, this is not going to be for time today. We just want some good quality movement, so we want you to focus on things like squeezing your core, squeezing your butt, and just taking time, not rushing through these. So we've got the 8 on each leg, single leg deadlift. So you're going to take your kettlebell, dumbbell of choice, right? And like I said, don't worry about having that dumbbell touch the floor. You just want to go where you can keep a nice flat back and squeeze that butt on the way up. You can go same leg, same arm. I like to go opposite. I just feel like I can keep a little bit more balance, and those hips stay square to the floor for me. Okay? Then we've got 20 goblet marches. So all you're going to do is stand in place, hold that kettlebell goblet style, and then we're just going to take a march. So this is 1, 2, 3, and so on. We're going to go 20 total. And that is in lieu of if you still modify versus a 200-meter goblet style carry. So if you want to walk around in your living room, you're more than welcome to. That's fine. I'm just going to march in place. Okay? Then we've got 10 per side high plank pass-throughs. So you're going to be in that high plank position. Okay? And you want to pull the bell away from you. So from the high plank, okay, I'm going to pull away. Again, just focusing on squeezing that glute, that core, and trying to keep those hips square to the floor. And then lastly, we've got a single leg hip thrust. Okay? You're going to want to have a couch or a bench chair nearby you, most likely your couch. Okay? So you don't go anywhere. But you're going to get your kettlebell or dumbbell into your hips here. Raise them up, and just kind of like we did with warm up, we're going to go single leg this time, and rise up and squeeze, okay? And you're going to hold at the top for 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi each time. Perfect. I'm going to give you 30 seconds to situate yourself in your room. I don't think I said that you needed a couch when we were warming up. So grab that real quick, and then I'll give us a 10-second countdown, although this is not for time, and we will get right to it, guys. Grab a sip of water, and then I'll give you guys your countdown. All right. Let's go on 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Here it is, guys. Stay nice and tight. What helps me, instead of just like letting my leg be lax and kick back, I think think about kind of reaching back, almost like you're pushing a little bit of resistance behind you. Like you gotta push the wall away from behind you. That helps make me squeeze my butt as well. This side is a little tougher for me. Oh, I got a bum knee on this side, so it's hard to stay balanced. So again, I'm just gonna focus on squeezing nice and hard. And this is kind of my end range right here. That's okay. As long as we're squeezing and staying tight, we are getting what we need to do done. All right, so that march in place. Getting those knees up nice and high. "13, 15, 18, 19, 20. Cool. On those guys, again, we're focusing on core. I'm going to say that 100 times throughout this, but as you raise that knee, think about squeezing that core, just like when we did with sit-ups or V-ups, right? Again, we're not just passively rising up that leg. We're thinking about some good activation today. So single leg hip thrust, the weighted leg is going to be the one that's braced on the floor. You'll raise that other leg and squeeze. Think about driving that heel into the floor here, guys. When you lower, you don't need to come back all the way down to the floor. You want to try to hold some tension in that hamstring. So just coming down just a hair and then popping back up to squeeze. Cool, that's one down already, guys. If you need to shake your legs out for a second, so this is not for time. And then we'll keep cranking. Definitely don't need my fireplace to kick on right now. Whew. Said I want that sunshine back from last week. It's been cold. some buns of steel today, guys. Sit. Down. Remember, you're pulling that leg up with the core. Awesome, guys. We're still squeezing. We got this. I think I asked a couple of you yesterday how hard it is to work out with the doggos at home. They either want to be on top of you or in your camera. Ay, caramba. You guys feeling that burn? I definitely feel it. Alright, that's halfway already, guys. Awesome job. I'm not sure this actually does anything. Creature of habit. Again, focus on thinking about a little bit of resistance behind you. Kind of push back and then squeeze any way up. gotta feel good to get your workout in right away in the morning. Feel accomplished for the rest of the day. So if you're watching right now, thanks for being with me right away in the morning, guys. You guys are doing awesome. Doing these on the carpet is nice. They slide wonderfully. Booty gains, guys. Booty gains. We have them coming right here. Alright, if you're right there with me, we're on the last round, guys. It's going by pretty quick for not being for time. It's awesome. And my heart rate's not through the roof, which is also awesome. This is my jam. I don't like those burpees yesterday. Woo, man. I'm one that can handle muscle fatigue more so than when I get out of breath. So if I get out of breath, it takes me a minute to like calm myself down and get back to it. I can fight through burn though. Burn's okay. And if it's not burning, it means you're not squeezing hard enough. Alright, so I call it a little left, 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 right, left. Remember, these should feel like you're doing a bit of a crunch. Pull up with your abs. I have no idea what number I'm on now, but that's okay. just keep talking, keep you guys distracted, so you don't know how many I'm doing either. All right, pass-throughs. I chose to go for a little bit wider stance just because I felt myself turning just a little bit. So if you have to, widen out just a little bit and make sure you're nice and square to the floor and can stay tight. Okay, we're almost there, guys. Last movement, coming right up. Alright, awesome guys. That was it for today. If you want to go back and do part 2, that's fine. Some of the videos might still be posted on Facebook, or you can watch the WOD brief in Wodify for those movements. Otherwise, I'm just going to show you a real quick stretch for those glutes, and then we'll be done for today. So, for the glutes, let's raise up the left leg. Sorry, cross the right leg over the left, and then reach your arms through and just give yourself a big old hug. And we'll hang out here for just a little bit. You can either hug from the hamstring, or you can get probably a little bit deeper if you go around the knee and pull in just even a little bit tighter. Awesome, guys. Shake it out. So, left leg is going to cross over the right knee. Oh, I can barely reach on this side, guys. Take a couple deep breaths in through the nose, out through the mouth. Nice and big and exaggerated. I can't hear you. All good. Awesome. So, I hope you got the good burn like I did for today, and we will see you back at 9 o'clock tomorrow. Awesome, guys. Take care.